Hey everybody, this is Prince Mouse, and welcome back to Nier Replicant. In the last episode, we saved a small desert village, and in this episode, we're just, I don't know, kind of following through. We need to talk to Popola. I'm not sure what's going to happen next, actually. I have V-Spain now, which is supposedly easy mode for the game. We're going to see how true that statement is, but... I still haven't done any of the side quests off screen or anything. You'll see the basically end results of the really long grindy side quests. Because I don't want to like force people to sit through that. That would just be atrocious.
What's up, Paula?
Oh, hi. I just got a strange letter in the mail.
Dearest Popola, I hope this letter finds you well. I am writing in hopes of bringing to your attention a certain dream issue of concern regarding recent events in Dream the Village. What? That's barely a sentence. I was hoping that I might be Dream able to get your advice. Dream on the matter. What the fuck? Okay, Dream is randomly spliced into. Oh, hold on. Recently, there have been some dream reports. Dream of a certain dream of dream, evil dream, empty dream, cursed dream, evil dream, and dream, someone dream. Okay, what the fuck is that? That's concerning.
That is certainly one bizarre piece of writing.
Who's it from?
The mayor of a small village in the Forest of Myth. It's a wooded area up north.
Oh yeah,
Forest of Myth?
we got a little bit of that from the dream that we also got.
Usually a bright and cheerful group of people. Something like this is very out of character for them. I have a bad feeling about this.
I'll check it out.
You will? But...
Don't worry about it. I've got business there anyway.
Yeah, supposedly.
Oh, well, alright. Thank you.
Okay. Oh yeah, so I got some information from one of my friends playing this game, and the whole like June 6th being your birthday thing is a happy coincidence, because that is my birthday, but like there was no internal file reaching or anything to tell you whether or not that like the game actually does that. It's just that's what your character's birthday is. So I thought that naturally creeped the shit out of me, and I've kind of always said that. Like, whenever it's like, oh man, I bet that freaks some people out, and then just to, like, finally have it be a thing is like, wow. So that's what it feels like. Like, I don't know. It's kind of less than I was expecting, but also, you know, in the moment I was like, that's fucking weird. Okay, I wonder, I can't exactly remember if we've been to this field, but we totally have. Okay, that's fine. I like this little transitional area the best anyway, just because of its cool bridges and wide-reaching stuff. I dashed wrong. This is fine. We...
Lamb, I have intruded.
There you go. That's not how that works. Can I do a turnaround? Fuck. Ah! That's bullshit, but okay. Oh yeah, I forgot Kaine's here. Sip. Also, I've never gone out of my way to explore any of the areas whenever, like, story stuff is happening. But I wonder if it just kind of, like, hard gates you, basically. Also, wow.
It sure is quiet here.
Such silence bodes ill. There's trouble on the way. I'm certain of it.
You know, a little optimism now and then wouldn't hurt, Vice.
Such cheek.
Okay. side quests and stuff to do over here. I do also remember that I liquidated a pretty large number of my materials in order to get base bane and all the weapons available currently.
Beware
The words? What do you mean?
We collect words.
contagious words. Those who dream.
Those who dream?
Hold a moment. There is a strange new sensation in my mind.
What the fuck is this? Vice's voice rose in a quizzical way.
It is not quizzical.
What the what is happening? We have a narrator now.
What's going on?
The villager's body shuddered as he slowly opened his
Perhaps
eyes.
we should start by asking this man. Who are you?
We heard something happened to this village, so we came to see if we could help.
The mayor stared at Prince and Vice.
You can speak to me. I must have caught you in my dream.
What?
In your dream?
The mayor explained. In the past weeks, a mysterious disease called the Death Dream had spread across the forest of myth. Those who caught it were cursed to fall asleep and live forever within the world of their own dreams. The village mayor had determined the Death Dream was spread from person to person by spoken words. Before he could learn more, the disease took him as well. Hi. Why did you make the font huge? Vice stared at the mirror, his mouth twitching
Now, see
slightly.
here. Are you saying that we have been absorbed into your dream? Well, yes. I think you have.
In other words, we've caught the death dream?
Before the mayor could confirm Prince's suspicion, Vice exploded with rage.
Ridiculous. Preposterous. Completely unfathomable on every conceivable level. I don't even recall falling asleep. That's just how the death dream works.
Though polite, the mayor was clearly trying to brush aside the book's remarks.
My remarks are not to be brushed aside, fool.
The mayor twisted his mouth into an embarrassed grimace, then quickly changed the subject to who Prince had seen and what they had discussed since coming to the village.
Something there must have caused you to enter my dream. A certain conversation, a specific word, something.
What the fuck is happening? Prince and Vice racked their brains but could find no easy solutions. There were simply too many words to consider, too much random chatter, too many meaningless conversations. I was going into this game being like, oh cool, I can kind of take a break from reading because I'm, you know, not playing Amori anymore. And then just this.
Grimoire Vice does not engage in meaningless conversations.
The mere suggestion that Vice chose his words carelessly seemed to sting his pride.
It does not seem to sting my pride, you bloated gasbag of a narrator.
The narrator is now my favorite character.
It has demolished it utterly.
Irritated, with Skyward, I was searching for answers in the heavens.
I was doing no such thing.
What the fuck is happening?
Just leave me alone already.
I just want the narrator to say no. Just be like, no. The anger created by his harsh words bled over to Prince like a contagion. Wait, said Prince utterly. Did someone just say contagion? Uh-oh. Yes, I believe so. What of it? Well, that villager told us to watch over contagious words, right? The mayor leaned forward with renewed interest, pushing a startled Weiss aside in the process. Okay, so you keep saying the word and it's turning more into just a book. He must have said something, right? Asked the mayor. Some specific combination of words? What is it? You probably don't talk about it? It was about dreaming or something that dreams or... Oh, what the hell was it? A sheep? Cried Weiss utterly, blurting out the first thing that popped into his head. Into this head. First thing popped into this head. Okay, I'm gonna glance over that. The others stared at him for a moment before slowly shaking their heads. After a few more minutes of thought, Prince's face suddenly lit up. I remember he said those who dream, that's what he said, I'm sure of it. At this, the mayor produced a thick shelf of papers from his pocket. He flipped through them a few times before finally nodding his approval at Prince. That sounds right, he said, as a stray sheet of paper fell to the ground. My notes also mentioned something about that. I bet it was the last thing you heard before you fell asleep. The mayor shook his head, his one pencil stub tracing lines across a lone piece of paper. For the last month, I've done nothing but study the disease that we call death dream, he said. I mean, I'm the mayor, right? It's my job to protect people from whatever comes along. But I never expect a couple of outsiders to start entering people's dreams. The mayor, is this actually, like, important? I don't know if this is, like, bigger than it makes itself out to be. It probably isn't, actually. Moving on. The mayor paused, a grimace crossing his face. I should probably be taking notes or something. Vice immediately fired back. I applaud the force of will it takes to research a disease in your dreams, he said, but perhaps we should bend your efforts to escaping this place instead of trying to understand it. The mayor's hand tightened around his pencil, snapping off the tip. I've tried to escape. From the very moment I realized I was locked inside my own dream, I've been looking for a way out, but I don't think it exists. I mean, this is my dream, right? If there was an exit, I'd know about it. He paused for a moment, his unfocused eyes staring at nothing. My village was beautiful, he said to no one in particular, and it was filled with the most wonderful people we could ever hope to meet. Once this disease took hold, things changed. It's like someone took a sponge and soaked up all the color out of our lives. I just want us to be whole again, I want us to be free. And I won't start trying until it happens. Prince nodded in agreement. Huh? Wait a second, I didn't nod. Look, if we can be of any help, said Prince, just ask. Now hold on, I didn't say that. Uh-oh, wait. Uh-oh, God. Silence, cried Vice. The Grimoire looked from Prince to the mayor and back again, his face filling with confidence. Grimoire Vice's face is always confident, thank you very much. Now see here, Mayor, you told us that nothing can exist in this dream without your knowing of it. But yet you seem to be surprised when you see us when we first arrived, yes? The mayor slowly raised his head, realization dawning on his face. Oh my god, he said. You're right. I had no idea you were coming. The human imagination is a limitless engine, said Vice. The dreams are fuel. If you can imagine an exit, then it must be so. With your permission, we shall search it out. Thank you, said the mayor. I don't know how I can repay you. Payment is not required, as we are as eager as you to be done with this place. The mayor suddenly felt as if he could breathe again. He'd almost forgotten what it was like. Good luck, you two. He called it the departing forms of Prince and Vice. We're all counting on you. The music's gone. As Prince slowly faded into the misty forest, the mayor was struck with a sense of deja vu. I saw this man once before, he thought, but where? Prince's mood darkened as he trudged through the forest. Hours earlier, when the beauty of the place was still a new thing, he'd been confident they could get in, find an exit, and be home in time for dinner. Sorry, I was looking at what my cat was doing. But the deeper they went, the more the forest closed in around them. The mist made it difficult to see more than a foot in any direction. The moss-covered rock seemed determined to twist his ankle. More than once he'd been forced to steady himself on the bark of a tree, and his hands now left small trails of blood on everything he touched. Wow, okay. Additionally, Vice was proving to be a spectacularly poor traveling companion, unhindered by either terrain or physical effort. He spent most of his time urging Prince to pick up the pace and grumbling about their slow progress. Finally, after Vice muttered something about legless turtles being more adept at navigating the environment, Prince snapped. Okay, Vice, come in for a second, would you? You don't have to walk. Prince leaned against the tree and tried to stretch the knots from his back. How can this stupid forest be so big, he muttered to himself. The moment the words tumbled from his mouth, a canopy of insects sprang to life. Every imaginable form of buzz, click, and hiss roared out from the volume that rattled his teeth. What? Prince slapped his hands over his ears and screamed to be heard. Vice, what's going on? Prince could see Vice's mouth moving, but his mouth doesn't move. But he might as well have been shouting in a tornado. The insects screamed, the forest howled. I don't like this. And then, just as Prince's ears seemed ready to tear from his head and start running for cover, the sound diminished. Hesitantly, he removed the hand from his left ear and listened to the creatures out of the woods. Zri. That's, okay. As the insect symphony dimmed another decibel, Prince began to detect patterns in the sound. This isn't random, he thought. It's not just white noise, it's something else. The insects were calling out, they were asking a question. What the fuck? What are you talking about? One with it is lacking. 2 with it is ideal. 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? By my pages, it is a riddle. I guess so. I mean, it feels sort of forced, but maybe the key is getting... it's the key getting out of this place. Then I leave it to you to answer. 1 thing lacking. 2 with it is ideal. 3 with it is dangerous. How should I know? Oh, these are options. 1 is lacking. Probably not. 2 seesaws? I don't think that's how that's worded correctly. How should I know? 3 with it is dangerous. I don't really think these apply. How should I know? Vice's mouth flew open before he could say anything. Words suddenly shifted. What the fuck is that? When Prince came to, he was once again surrounded by the force of, by the sound of insects. The cries of the insects were creating words that he had heard somewhere before. 1 with it is lacking. 2 with its ideal. 3. By the oh, it's repeating. I mean, secret sounds more important. Inwardly furious that Vice left the task to him, Prince sighed and gave the only answer that made sense. Right? It's a secret. Okay. That just, it threw me off because that was extremely meta. The sound of insects stopped as suddenly as it began. The forest undergrowth parted before Prince like a rippling wave, opening a new path. Forest anthropods are making a road for us, said Weiss with glee. Pleased at passing the test, Prince moved on with new intensity. The path offered his body relief from the undergrowth, but gave even greater cheer to his mind. As long as they were on the path, their journey had a purpose. I guess the forest has accepted us, huh? Said the prince after a bit. Vice spun around to face his companion. Do not mistake the will of this forest for some sappy pet you can suddenly befriend. We have no idea where this path leads. Where the fuck is Kaine? That's my question in all this. Why is she just gone? As Vice finished speaking, the pair turned a corner and found themselves facing a clear forest spring. Smiling, Prince picked up a small rock and sent it skipping across the surface of the water. Good heavens, said Vice. His surprise was understandable. Each time the rock struck the surface of the water, a musical note rang out. When the rock finally stopped moving and sank to the bottom of the spring, the ripples of it left behind came together to form words. Oh, great. I enter through a window, but I break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I? Absurdly easy, barked Weiss. Now answer it. Prince grit his teeth and tried not to reach out and strangle his companion. He's right after all. This one's pretty... Go fuck yourself! I enter through the window. I break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. Oh, the sun. Yeah, sunlight. Okay, yeah, no, I whole got that. Sunlight. A plume of water suddenly burst from the spring. Sunlight filtered through the trees and reflected off the plume, creating a shimmering rainbow that spanned the entire horizon. In all my years, said Vice softly, I have never seen such a sight. Perhaps I have misunderstood the intentions of the place. What? Why has this turned into, like, a text adventure now? Moving on. Hey, look, cried Prince, awaking Vice from his daze. There's a house or something over there. Glancing in the direction of his friend's extended hand, Vice saw a small cottage nestled among the trees. That's weird, isn't it, Vice? I mean, who would build a house like this all the way out here? Prince walked over and pounded on the door. After a minute of solid banging, the door cracked open and a small man peered out. His body was cloaked from neck to toe in a large black cape, while his face was obscured by mist. Began Prince, but before he could get any further, the cloaked man held a hand up and began speaking. Oh, fucking great. I have four legs in the morning and 2 at noon, but end the night with 3. what am I? Prince tried to ask the postman who he was and what he was doing here, but he simply repeated the question. If we wish to engage this man in conversation, said Vice, it seems that we must answer his riddle. Yeah, I suppose, said Prince. Well, at least it's an easy one. Okay. I have 4 legs in the morning, 2 at noon, but end the night with 3. No. A demon? An angel? What the fuck? Wait. Now I'm lost? Now I'm lost. I'm lost? I don't know what to do. Man. Correct. What? Okay. How does that, what? Make any sense? The mist dissolved from the cloaked figure as he spoke a single word, correct. With that, the man flung his garment aside, revealing his true identity. You're the mayor, cried Prince. The small man slowly shook his head. I'm not the mayor you know, now listen to my words. Long ago, I saw a version of you that was not yourself. Sorry? What's that mean? Will make sense in time. At present, I simply congratulate cracking the seal of the death dream. I did what? Now you must go to the person at the forest entrance. With that, the man turned on his heel and slammed the door behind him. As Prince watched, mist seeped up from the ground and enveloped the cottage, erasing it from existence. When Prince and Vice returned to the forest entrance, they found the mayor leaning against a tree. As soon as he caught the sight of the duo, he sprang to his feet and scrambled over them. Good gravy, he cried. You made it. You actually made it back. His left hand grasped Prince's and pumped it so fiercely it threatened to dislodge from the socket, while his right seized Weiss by the cover and swung him in the air. God, by the heavens, stop shaking me, fool. You had not even told me what we were successful or not. The man smiled broadly and shook his head. I'm just happy you're alive. I didn't think I'd ever see you again. Prince withdrew himself from the mayor's eager handshake with a slight smile. Broke the death dream seal, he said. At least I think we did. Mary's face beamed as Prince filled him in on the details. When the tale was done, 3 of them lay down on the forest ground and fell asleep. Prince cocked his head. Okay, hang on a second. This is crazy. Why would we ever just lay down to go to sleep? Cease your endless prattle and go to sleep, fool. Fighting against the rules of this place is futility itself. Prince and the mayor obediently reclined atop the grassy earth. Have you forgotten? Continued Vice. It is words that control the death dreams, words that allow us to move from place to place. No matter how unnatural they seem, the words are absolute. Therefore, if the words tell us to sleep, then sleep we shall. And once we do, the story will continue. With that, the trio found their eyes growing heavy and their breath slowing. This is the first time, began the mayor, the first time I felt tired since I was imprisoned here. His words were cut off by a long loud yawn, and he remembered nothing more. They might have slept for an hour or a year. When they awoke, things had slightly more real quality to them. The mist felt thicker, the leaves greener. It was clear that they had awakened from their dream. Oh, hey, up there it goes. What the hell was that? Prince shook the mayor's shoulder gently. Good news, he said. I think we made it. Oh, wow, said the mayor in an odd voice. We did it. I'm back. He blinked once, and then again, as if not quite believing the sight before him. You have no idea how much this means. The death dream was spreading through our village, and I wanted to, well, I thought I could figure out how to stop it, but I guess that wasn't the case. I must have caught the disease and become trapped in my own dream. The mayor started to stand, then collapsed back to the earth. He stared at his legs and was trying to remember how they worked, then glanced at Prince and shrugged. Without a word, the young man reached down and pulled the mayor to his feet. Real life might take some getting used to, said the mayor, as a wry smile crossed his lips. You shall relearn in short order, I am sure, said Vice. For now, you should return to your home and rest. No, said the mayor, swaying on unsteady feet. No, I can't. Some of the villagers are still trapped in the death dream. I have to save them. Please don't make this a thing. I don't want to make this a thing. I don't think, okay. The mayor slowly made his way to the divine tree in the center of the village, then bowed his head and prayed silently. This is a holy tree, he explained when the prayer was finished, and the guardian of our village's history and memories. Superstition will only make our mission harder, uttered Vice. We should not put our faith in the gods. The mayor shook his head. Not the gods, the words. Legend says that our tree is home to a powerful magic known as a sealed... I need that. Prince of Ice could not contain their surprise. Same. It seemed a goal had been found in the most unexpected of places. We're playing a fucking video game. Of course one was here. I say, uttered Vice, this is certainly a stroke of luck. As the three of them said their goodbyes, Prince mentioned the strange man who had given them the third riddle and the mysterious words he had left with them. I once saw a version of you that is not yourself, muttered the mayor. What in the world does that mean? Lost in thought, he stared into space for a long moment. You know, he said softly, this is going to sound a bit odd, but I had a feeling you'd seen me before too. Prince tried to keep a straight face and failed, but the mayor didn't seem to notice. Deja vu, right? Anyway, I figure this is just some kind of illusion created by the death dream. Probably doesn't mean anything. Can we get back to playing the game? Prince gave the mayor a nod and a smile, but inwardly his thoughts were racing. Something wrong about the mayor and his words. And what exactly is going on here? That riddle would prove to be the most difficult one of all.
Thank you so much. Now I can finally return to a normal life. This is one of the most bizarre diseases I have ever encountered.
At least it's curable.
I know. That's why we have to help the other villagers, no matter what.
Oh. Dark Execution. Cool. Some match with spikes on the ground to impale enemies. Charge to increase the number of spikes. Okay.
For a sealed verse, that didn't take much effort.
Yes, all a touch too easy if you ask me.
Probably because we've seen that one before.
It's almost as if someone was guiding us to this village.
I'm uncomfortable. Moving on.
Think advice.
I hated that. Sorry. Okay, just had to, you know, mention that. Finding a thumbnail for this episode is gonna be fucking difficult. What the hell is the goal now? Return to Popola. Okay, well, we'll do that and end, I guess. I've had an episode with exactly 0 combat now. Okay. What the fuck? That's gonna take me some time to get used to. That was really strange.
So how was the village?
Oh, right, you can't enter the village. That makes sense.
Oh, it was truly magnificent. There are no words. Really.
Neat.
Let's get back to Popola. She'll probably want to know what's going on in there.
It seems awfully patient, even though it seems like to me that she wouldn't be the kind of person for that. Hide shades. Yeah, I'm gonna do some slapping just because I probably should. Con. Use all categories. Magic defense. Poison. Ooh. Poison sounds wonderful, actually. God damn. Probably equip that next time around. Okay, I can't get on that one. Actually, should probably start doing this. Oh. Wow. I forgot that this was a thing. It was like that in Automata too, but it so didn't warrant any use for me that I didn't care to use it. I didn't think they would have it in this one too. Just because I didn't give it a thought, but I don't know, what... They're talking shit? No? Okay, I thought the sheep were trying to fuck with me. That's not the right bridging. Okay. Map. Fuck. You know, for being sent to the moon, that kind of doesn't do any damage. Ouch. Ouch. Bonk. Bonk. And I'm guaranteed to crash here. Yep. What a weird thing that hole was. I guess I could have gone back to see if there's anything else, but I'll make an effort of it later, I think. before I started this episode, I got Yona to trip on the loading screen twice. She did it again. I'm definitely equipping that poison word, by the way. That just is really good. Okay. Yo, what up?
The death dream certainly is a strange illness.
Yeah, it was something alright.
Even I, with my natural love for words, have no desire to visit that place ever again.
You guys did well. You've been making a lot of long trips lately. Are you sure you're not pushing yourself too hard?
I'm okay. I can't just sit around all day while Yona's sick, after all.
If you say so.
So, anything I can do for you?
Well, I suppose there is one thing I could use a hand with. Have you heard about our plans to repair the canal?
Oh. It sounds like material fetching.
The work probably won't happen for a while. But once it's done, we can use the canal for trade and travel and all kinds of useful things. Unfortunately, however, we're a bit behind schedule at the moment. If you're willing to help out, I'd really appreciate it.
No problem. What do you need?
Great. So, the man I originally asked to help on this project hasn't shown up for work in a few days. I'm starting to get a little worried. So, maybe you can head over to Seafront and check up on him?
We have to do there anyway, I think.
I'll mark the location of his house on your map. He always carries a red bag over his shoulder, so he should be easy enough to find.
Okay.
Got it.
Alright. Guess that's good then. I think I'm gonna go ahead and end it off here. If you liked it, like, comment, favorite, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. I've been Prince Mouse. Have a good one. Goodbye.